America's national parks are some of the most beautiful places in the world. Towering cliffs, endless forests, and deep canyons attract millions of visitors every year. But beyond the scenic views, there are darker stories, accounts of people who entered these wild landscapes and never returned. Today we'll explore 10 of the most chilling, real-life disappearances from U.S. national parks. These are not legends or myths, but true events that remain unexplained to this day. This is 10 inexplicable stories of tourists who disappeared in national parks. 1. Dennis Martin, Great Smoky Mountains, 1969. Dennis Martin was just 6 years old when he disappeared during a family camping trip. It was Father's Day weekend, June 14, 1969. Dennis was playing hide and seek with his brother and some other children at Spence Field, a grassy meadow along the Appalachian Trail. He stepped behind a bush to hide and never came back. His father began searching immediately, and within hours, rangers launched what became one of the largest search efforts in U.S. history. Despite thousands of volunteers, dogs, and even Green Berets combing the mountains, no trace was ever found. One nearby family later reported seeing a rough-looking man running through the forest carrying something over his shoulder. Was Dennis abducted? Did he simply get lost in the rugged terrain, or fall victim to wildlife? Decades later, the mystery remains unsolved. 2. Alfred Beilhartz, Rocky Mountain National Park, 1938. In July 1938, 4-year-old Alfred Beilhartz was hiking with his parents near Fall River in Rocky Mountain National Park. While following his family along a creek, Alfred suddenly vanished. At first, searchers believed he had drowned, but no body was recovered. Days later, another hiker reported seeing a small boy on a ledge known as Devil's Nest, far above the river. A rescue team tried to reach the spot but couldn't find him. A ransom letter even arrived at the Beilhartz home, but it turned out to be a hoax. To this day, Alfred's disappearance is one of the oldest unsolved cases in the park's history. 3. Glen and Bessie Hyde, Grand Canyon, 1928. In the fall of 1928, newlyweds Glen and Bessie Hyde set out to raft the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon. They hoped to set a speed record, and if Bessie completed the trip, she would become the first woman to run the river. They were last seen on November 18th by a boatman. Weeks later, their scow was found adrift, fully intact, with supplies neatly packed. But Glen and Bessie were gone. Some believe they drowned in the rapids. Others whisper of foul play, or that Bessie killed Glen and disappeared into a new life. Even today, the fate of the Hydes is one of the canyon's most enduring mysteries. 4. George Penca, Yosemite, 2011. On June 17, 2011, 30-year-old George Penca joined a church group hiking Upper Yosemite Falls, the tallest waterfall in North America. At some point on the trail, George fell behind. By the time the group reached the top, he was gone. A massive search effort followed, using helicopters, search dogs, and dozens of rangers. Yet not a single trace of George was ever discovered. The case remains open, with theories ranging from an accidental fall to becoming lost in the vast wilderness. 5. Michael Ficery, Yosemite, 2005. In June 2005, 51-year-old experienced hiker Michael Ficery set out alone into Yosemite's Till Valley, a rugged backcountry area near Hetch Hetchy. When he didn't return, searchers found his backpack and personal belongings, but Michael himself was never found. Did he suffer a medical emergency, get injured, or fall into one of the steep canyons? Search efforts covered more than 50 square miles, yet yielded nothing. His disappearance remains one of Yosemite's most haunting cold cases. If you like this video so far, please click the subscribe button. It means a lot to us. 6. Jonghyon 1, Grand Canyon, 2017. On September 17, 2017, 45-year-old Jonghyon 1 was reported missing after visiting the south rim of the Grand Canyon. His car was found parked near Moran Point, but there was no sign of him. No notes, no belongings left behind, no clear evidence of what happened. Did he intentionally vanish? Did he fall from the rim or meet some other fate? Despite extensive searches, his whereabouts remain unknown. 7. Floyd Roberts, Grand Canyon, 2016. 52-year-old Floyd Roberts was hiking with friends on the Shivwitz Plateau, a remote part of the Grand Canyon, in June 2016. Temperatures soared above 100 degrees, and Floyd fell behind the group. They never saw him again. Rangers believe the extreme heat may have caused dehydration and disorientation. Despite days of searching, he was never found. The case is a reminder of how quickly the desert environment can turn deadly. 8. Morgan Heimer, Grand Canyon, 2015. In June 2015, 22-year-old Morgan Heimer, a river guide trainee, vanished during a rafting trip on the Colorado River. The group had stopped near Pumpkin Springs, a scenic but treacherous spot along the canyon. Morgan was last seen walking near the river's edge, and then he was simply gone. Searchers scoured the riverbanks and the surrounding cliffs for a week, but no evidence ever surfaced. To this day, his disappearance remains one of the most puzzling cases in the park. 9. The Death Valley Germans. Death Valley, 1996. In July 1996, a German family of 4, Egbert Rimkus, his partner Cornelia Meyer, and their 2 children, set out to tour Death Valley National Park. They were never seen alive again. Months later, their rental van was found stuck on a remote road in Anvil Canyon. Years later, hikers discovered skeletal remains believed to be Egbert and Cornelia, but the children were never found. Investigators believe they became stranded, tried to hike out in the blistering desert heat, and succumbed to exposure. It remains one of Death Valley's most tragic stories. 10. Joel Thomazin, Yosemite, 2021. Our final case is recent. In September 2021, Joel Thomazin set out for a solo backpacking trip north of Yosemite's Tioga Road, near Cherry Lake. When he didn't return, an extensive search began, involving helicopters, drones, and ground teams. Despite all efforts, Joel was never located. Whether he became lost, injured, or something else occurred, no answers have been found. His case remains open. These stories remind us that America's national parks, while breathtaking, can also be dangerous. Rugged terrain, extreme weather, and sheer remoteness make them unforgiving places when something goes wrong. As we honor the memories of those who vanished, we're reminded of the importance of preparation and safety when exploring the wild. Which of these cases struck you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to join us for more explorations of national parks, make sure to subscribe to National Park Explorer. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode.